Welcome everybody to episode 10, 10, double fucking digits. Finally in the double digits. Actually, I don't even want to say finally because I am absolutely loving doing this show. I'm your host, Rich, and with me, as always, is Mike. How's it going, my friend?
What's going on, guys? How's everything going? I can't believe we made it to 10 episodes. That's freaking awesome.
And what's
in a row?
In a row. You just made, man, it just clerks. Hey, try not to suck any dick on the way to the parking lot.
Right?
In a row? But yeah, you know what? It really is mind blowing. I think when I did the old show before, which I'm going to talk about again, but when I did the old show before, I'm going to say it probably took 3-4 months just to get double digits. Because just always something going on and everything, and would always put it off. So I'm ecstatic to know that we went 1 to 10 consecutively without missing a week, and that makes me extremely happy. How's everything going, man?
Pretty good. I think I told you in the line up to this, I got cleared to go back to work, so I'm heading back to the shop tomorrow. So officially,
You're a working man again.
I'm a working man again. I'm going to be on light duty for the next 6 weeks. Figure that all out because what I do, we really don't have light duty, but I'm cool and I can figure things out. So they were just like, do what you need to do and don't tell us. So I'm like, okay.
Good Lord. Oh shit. So, but I mean, I'm sure it's going to be surreal to go back, and I'm sure that even though it's like I got to go back, part of you's probably going, it's nice to kind of go back.
Yeah, it's nice to get the comfort back, just the normality of everything, sure. Just getting back up, going back to work, just doing what need to be done. Like I said earlier, bills need paid, comic books need bought, so might as well do what I need to do.
Right. Yeah, it's been like a week for me. I tell you, just Wednesday I watched a movie. You watched a movie Tuesday, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, I was working, and let me tell you, nothing really ever happens. I lead a very boring work life, and I don't want to say boring, but it's like I merchandise soda. I take pop and put it on shelves, or sometimes deliver it, And so, but I'm talking to one of the workers at Walmart the other day, and I'm going to apologize for the punchline to all this because it may trigger people, but if not, I just hope it's all in good fun, just so you know. And when I say good fun, I was blown away that somebody even said this. So here, I'm in Walmart, and I'm talking to one of the workers there, and this guy kind of walks up, and he's just listening, and it's almost like he wants to join in the conversation. And right. I'm like, okay, but then I see him kind of looking over at the 2 liters. Now, if you haven't seen a lot of the 2-liter racks, they put these little plastic guards up, so shorter people have a hard time getting them out. So finally, I just kind of stopped. And I was like, "Sir, can I help you? Is there something I can help you with?" And he's like, "Pepsi. Pepsi just makes me laugh." And I'm like, "Okay." I said, "They make you laugh. How's that?" And he says, "Oh, they make me laugh. I heard that one of their drivers got fired last week." I said, "They got fired? Why?" He said, "One of the manager pulled him in the office and they found coke in his system." And I just paused and I was just like, "Oh, that's horrible." But then out of nowhere comes the detour. No traffic lights, no stop signs, no turn signal, nothing. And then he gets in my ear and he goes, and this is where the trigger, I apologize in advance, but I find this wildly funny that somebody would say this to a complete stranger. And he says, "You know what 100 lesbians and 100 government officials in one room have in common? And I stopped. I just kind of looked at him. I was like, excuse me? He said, yeah, you put them all in one room together and none of them will do dick.
Oh, wow.
I was just like, what is happening here? And I was like, oh, that's a good one, sir. And then I just turned around and just started doing my thing again. And I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, how ballsy is it to just go and talk to a random stranger and say that shit?
Right? I mean, like he doesn't know you from Adam, and he's going to do that. That's wow.
Like, what if I was
Gotta love it.
like, what if I was a lesbian? Like, I mean, I would have been offended by that possibly, or a government
Right?
official.
Or a family official or a family member that's either a government official or a lesbian.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like, good
Wow.
lord. But yeah, so
Like people, nothing ceases to amaze me anymore. Absolutely nothing.
it is. It's mind blowing. But I mean, clearly, in his defense, I feel that there may have been something a little chemically imbalanced.
Gotcha.
But
Something that wasn't ticking properly.
yeah, there was no connection between the filter and the mouth. I guess I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that was like the extent of my week today. My family and I, we went to this farm, and I cannot remember what the hell the name of the farm is. And I feel bad because I want to kind of give them a little bit of a shout out. I'll have to remember and mention it next week. But yeah, oh my God, it was a nice time. Like they had like a little maze set up in their little cornfield. It was like wildflowers. And they had
cool.
like little sections set up. They had like a clawfoot bathtub with wildflowers behind it. They had a tractor. They had a whole bunch of settings where people could go take pictures. They had a sunflower field, and my wife got some really cool pictures of my kids and everything. And
That's good.
yeah, it was nice. I asked the woman. I said, and they had a petting zoo and everything. They had like a llama and shit. But I was I asked him. I said, "Do you do anything for Halloween, October, or anything like that?" And she said, "Yeah, we do like pumpkin patches and hay rides and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So that's definitely gonna be something looking forward to. Earlier, I did mention though that about my previous show, the horror show. If you did not see something pop up all of a sudden if you're subscribed to Lights Camera Pop, if you are subscribed, automatically something popped up last Wednesday called The Horror of It All. That was my old show that I had done. I'm kind of bringing it back Wednesdays as a little side project. Nothing. I'm not going to do like full blown like hour-long episodes. Maybe half hour, 45 minutes at the most. Just talking about some stuff, horror, news, maybe do some reviews. Just talking about horror again, just to kind of put it back out there a little bit. So but you have to be subscribed to Lights Camera Pop in order to hear it. So not that it's a Patreon or anything, but you can still go and check it out.
I think it's a good idea that you're doing that. Like we talked about before, just try to get like as much stuff under our little umbrella as we possibly can. And you're a treasure trove of like all the horror stuff, so you might as well like get that out to the masses, and just have a good time doing it. I mean, like the old show was a very good show. I enjoyed listening to it, so might as well keep it up, man.
Well,
As long as you can do it, do it.
Yeah, and that's how I even said that on this the last episode that I did. It was like 15 minutes just to kind of put myself back out there. And let me tell you, I sounded like a stuttering jackass. Like I was like the little kid in Billy Madison. Like today, Junior. But and I was just kind of nervous, I think, because I was doing it by myself. I didn't have anybody to bounce off of, and it was very, very weird. So I'm hoping I can get that a little fine tuned right there. But just so you know that if there are weeks that I do miss doing that, I'm going to release the old episodes with the guests. Nothing
Good.
where we talk, just Keith and I, but just the ones that we have guests on. So I think that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
Speaking of horror, this weekend was the Gross Fest here in Pittsburgh. I was supposed to vend at it, but through certain events I wasn't able to. So I gave my table to Brian and his friend Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they did pretty well. They
Good.
said they had a really good time. There was a good turnout at the festival at the show. I wish I would have been able. I wish I would have been able to at least make it down, but it just wasn't in the cards,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I do plan on doing Gross Fest next year. Um, from the pictures and the videos that were online, it looked like an absolute blast.
Oh yeah, it really
Brian took
did.
Brian took down some of my comics for me, just my $2 boxes, and he did sell a few, so I was able to make a couple of bucks not being there. So hey, put some gas in the tanks.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I'm glad Gross Fest did well. I'm glad Brian and Jay did very well. And again, thanks guys for taking my table. You guys, helped me out there with doing it so that like nothing was lost. There was no empty spaces. The show went on without a hitch, and you guys really helped me by filling in. Thanks a lot. I really really appreciate it.
That's super awesome that they stepped up and did that for you. Yeah, big shout out to you
Right.
guys. Yeah, the videos looked really cool that I watched them down there, and I was just like, this is too freaking cool, and I really would like to have gone. It was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't wasn't able to make it, obviously.
Yeah, same here. I just too much stuff landed on my plate, and I just wasn't able to do it. There would have been like 3 shows all in a row within a week of themselves. I would have had Butler Toy Show, then the record show, then Gross Fest, boom, 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 boom. So it was like as much as I wanted to do it, like I said, I had some family stuff with my kids and a few things, so just kind of fell through. Um, Not upset about it, but a little bummed. But
Right.
still, at least it was taken care of, and I still had a little bit of a presence there.
Yeah, and that's what matters. And speaking of conventions, starting late next week. Well, late this
Mhm.
week because we're entering into the new week. Later this week, Rich Delzato and the Horror Realm Con are going to be starting to announce some guests for their February show. So
Oh, nice.
I'm really excited about that. So you guys will be. I'm going to be talking about him a lot. Rich is a super cool guy. I had him on the show before, and I definitely would like to talk to him again. Um, but I will keep you guys posted on the guests and whatnot, who's going to be down there.
I just wanted to vent at that show. I
Oh,
never have. I've been there a couple times, but I've never vented at it. I
it
think it'd be
is
kind of fun to do.
it is such a laid back show. When I went down the year before last, it was so like it wasn't loud, and when I say that, it was just like, oh, I don't know. It's not like you walk into a bingo hall or anything like that, but everybody was just kind of like enjoying each other's company, like you're at a family reunion or something, or like it was just very, very personable there. And
I
I
remember
thought,
I met the guys from Death Comes Lifting there, which is like a Misfits themed gym, um, which I think is just cool. It's a Death Comes Ripping, Death Comes Lifting,
I love
um,
that.
and like those guys are cool. I dig that that show. I do. It's a really nice show. It's run real well, like you said. It's not huge. It's just like the perfect size.
Yeah, I mean, that's what she said. Uh, but no. Sorry, I couldn't help it. A little 13-year-old humor. But yeah, I do. I really enjoyed that one. But so we are here as always to talk comics and entertainment and everything like that. So we're gonna start off and get our geek on. And I something that really caught my attention. So, well, first of all, before we get into the one other thing that I was gonna say, have you seen the new Spider-Man suit? They released the images of the new Spider-Man suit. Actually, it was a little teaser. Not Tobey Maguire. God, Tom Holland comes walking out. And he's like, "Hey, we ready?" And he's in the suit.
Yeah,
And
I saw a
damn,
snippet of it.
it looks spot on. I mean, it's so good. It almost looks like it has the raised webbing. It almost looks like they took a little bit of Tobey Maguire, a little bit of Andrew Garfield, and sprinkled some Tom Holland in it.
I like the colors. I think the colors match a little bit more to the original suit.
Yeah,
Um, excuse me. Sorry, my throat's killing me.
you're good.
Um, I think it's going to be. I think this is going to be a good movie. Um, and yeah, the new suit I think is probably the nicest suit that's been done so far.
Yeah, I think so too. And from what I've noticed with the past two comic book movies that came out, Fantastic Four and Superman, have you noticed that these movies are taking more of a brighter tone
Yes,
than what the previous movies, whether it was Endgame, Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, whatever. I mean, they have more of a vibrant color tone, color palette
yes.
in
Yeah,
their
it's almost like they're reaching back to the '90s version of the Marvel stuff that was coming out back in like the '90s and early 2000s when all of their art was very vibrant and popping. So, and I like that.
Yeah, I really do too. And so this one here is like this new Spider-Man, and I think it's coming out next year too. So,
Yeah, it is.
but if you're living under a rock and you haven't seen the Spider-Man suit, I will have to post it up. You guys will be pretty surprised by looking at it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks really cool. Really, really nice. And again, this is the first time I've been really excited for a comic movie that's coming out in a while, and I like this. I love the Spideyverse, and I'm just kind of hoping that this kind of brings the magic back to the MCU.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. Um, a lot of people aren't. I mean, I don't want to say they're not feeling the Fantastic Four, but everything that like I've been seeing a lot of positive things about it, and it's been a mixed bag. But for the most part, yeah, like nobody's really talking bad about it anymore. So
No,
that makes me
no,
happy.
like yeah, but I've never been a big Fantastic Four fan, like with the comic books either. I think I told you that
Yeah,
before.
yeah, we actually talked about this
Um,
on the show.
yeah, like I'm not talking smack on it by any stretch of the imagination. Some of the storylines are amazing, but for the most part, like the storylines from Fantastic Four just never kind of got me. It was always like I think I used this analogy once before. Like it always felt like I was like reading a soap opera. Um,
Yeah,
and it was like I said, it's good, but it's never been great to me.
sure.
Yeah, it's definitely top tier. It's definitely A list. You know, in the Marvel pantheon of Marvel books, it's definitely on the top shelf. But it's probably the weakest one of the top shelf books, in my
Yeah,
opinion. That's just
no,
my
that's
opinion.
that's fair. And I did like a lot of the runs that they had back in the day. But I think one of my favorite ones was the newer one where Doctor Doom had decided to give up science and take on black magic.
Black Magic.
Yeah, and the storyline was called Unspeakable,
Yep.
and it was really good. And
Yeah,
I don't think they stuck with it very long, but yeah, I did like that run.
I was always more when it comes to the Fantastic Four. I was always more of the Silver Age stuff. I always liked the runs from the '60s through the '60s and very early Bronze, like the Silver and early Bronze Age stuff.
Yeah,
So from like those were then after that I from like the mid '70s through about the 2000s was very hit or miss for me. I was never like a big fan of the art in that point for the Fantastic Four as well. I know it's blasphemy to a lot of people, but it's just
huh.
again, it just never got me. I was just never someone who was just like, oh, the new Fantastic Four is out. I was just like, eh. Fantastic Four is out. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it.
that's understandable. And like I said, it's an opinion. I think
Yeah,
that I think it's justifiable because everybody's going to have their own feelings about. I mean, somebody may not like the Spider-Man series, or
right. And I'll be honest with you. I think we said this before. Like I've always been more of a bit more of a DC guy.
yeah,
I always like that grittier, dirtier, more morose writing and art. Yeah, I've always been more attracted to that. Where Marvel's always more bright and all that sort of stuff. Again, I love both. They're both my favorites. They're both great, but DC was always just a little bit more my speed when it comes to comics.
yeah,
When it comes to the big boy comic books.
yeah, yeah. No, I can agree with that. I can agree with that because like
Yeah,
I've always been more of a DC guy myself. Excuse me.
yeah
Something else.
they both have great writing. They both have great art. They both have great time periods. Um, the one good thing that Marvel always had is like Marvel always had like very expansive comic like when in their writing like their storylines had very long arcs, so like you kind of got like really into their character development. They always had like a better character development in story arcs than DC has, where DC's story arcs are always like more shorter and concise.
Right.
But yeah, that's just me.
No,
Now,
no,
what were you going to
I
say?
can agree.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I was going to kind of flip it up a little bit and just say this was something that was not on my. It was like a random. The random meter this week was like off the charts. Like first, the news broke about Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson. Like
Yeah, that's weird.
that was like, wait, what? Like I
I
did,
thought that was fake at first.
I did too. I did too. I thought it was all publicity for the Naked Gun movie.
Me too.
But then when like they started talking about it, I was like, oh, this is kind of real. So yeah, I did not have that on my bingo card. The other thing that I thought was absolutely random, and this is going to be kind of almost like a callback the week before last. So you may have heard about this. Comedian Matt Rife. Are you familiar with him?
Name sounds familiar, but not
Okay,
much. What's
Matt
up?
Rife is he's like the new it comedian where all the ladies love him. Funny ass dude.
Okay.
Funny ass dude. Well, he had posted a TikTok, reel, Facebook, whatever. He posted it all and said that he has officially purchased Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and a cult museum.
Okay, that dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
and
Now I know who you're talking about.
including he is being the legal guardian now for at least the next 5 years of the entire haunted collection, including the Annabelle doll.
No, I always thought that Zach Bagans dude had control of that stuff for a
I
while
thought so
there.
too. I
From
thought so
Ghost
too.
Hunters?
Yeah.
Not Ghost
No,
Hunters.
Ghost Adventures.
Was it Ghost Adventures?
Was it Ghost? No, I'm curious now. But yeah, I think I've always thought that myself. So I don't know how.
That's just weird.
Yeah, and like I
And
said,
why would a
random.
comic want that? To be honest with you.
Well, from what he said, that he is obsessed over paranormal activity and things like that. So yeah, it was Ghost Adventures that Zach
Yeah,
Bagans was on.
yeah, Ghost Adventures.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty random, and especially after the whole mysterious death of its handler a few weeks ago. It was just like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like I think after that, I would not want to buy that.
Yeah, and then apparently he's gonna like open up the museum for people to stay in overnights. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, and like, oh hey, let's have a bed and breakfast too while we're at it. I was like, what the freak?
Yeah. And so I was just like, but the part of me is just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, come on in, spend the night,
like,
have
there's
some eggs and bacon, get possessed while you're at it. I don't know. It's just like I don't get it.
So what do you think of Ed and Lorraine Warren?
I cannot
Like
tell
which
you as I can tell you very much of anything about them. I ain't gonna
really?
lie. I ain't gonna lie. I've never even watched the full film of the first Conjuring movie to even make an opinion or to get interested in it.
Because
I've heard a lot of shitty things about these two.
like I don't know. My opinion on them varies. Like I always thought they were kind of at first when they first came on my radar like years ago because I love paranormal. I love um, all that sort of crap. Okay.
Yeah.
When they first came on my radar, probably in the '90s, I first heard about them. Just because of the Amityville horror.
Sure.
And I always thought they were just full of crap. I did. I always thought they were just full of crap. And then I'm like, okay, maybe they're not. But now I don't know what to believe about them. They're just odd cats. I know they're dead. But they're like, how did one become a demonologist? I mean, like, I have a lot, and I mean a lot of education under my belt, and I've been to a lot of university, and I get degrees out the wazoo, and never once was I looking at a class roster and it said, demonology. Like never once was I looking at something and said, there's a class on Bilal.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how does one do that? Yeah, and how do you get like your quote unquote accreditation? Because like, is this something that you just get with your own freaking library card? I mean, it just doesn't make like anybody can just say, "Oh, I'm a demonologist."
Right.
Yeah, I read the Call of Cthulhu. I'm a demonologist. I don't know. It's just
and
like that whole stuff there kind of like gets to me.
Yeah, no, I do. I understand exactly what you're saying. But maybe it's like a where you go online, you take a class, and like how you get to be an ordained minister. Maybe
Right.
it's the same thing. Oh, look, I'm now a demonologist. A demonologist.
Yeah, it's just a demonologist. But I mean, like, this is like one thing that's just always just kind of stuck in my craw. I'm like, how does one get this? What I think is kind of funny because like there were like some universities that had like parapsychology. Like I mean, like Columbia had a parapsychology department for a while there, but they got rid of them all because they know it's all bullcrap. But then again, I mean, like the CIA's all into it, like. But now we're getting into conspiracy theories, so
Right.
back on track.
So maybe we ought to find a famed demonologist and then invite them on the show.
I am so into that.
And, oh my god, it would turn out to be like the Late Night with the Devil of the podcast
Right.
world. Oh my god!
All of a sudden, we go from like just like talking about like pop culture and comic books to now we're like the new preeminent demonologist on the internet.
You are no longer talking to Josiah.
I am dead serious. If there is anybody that's out there that's listening is either a demonologist, knows a demonologist, or knows how to get a hold of one, please put us in contact with them because I want them on the show.
You know what?
I'm not going to like confront. I'm not going to because like I believe in this sort of crap. So like I literally have a lot of questions and I just want to talk about it. I am not going to put anybody. We're not gotcha journalists. We're not going to be like I literally
if you
want
listen
to know
the show, you
how
know
this
we're not a
comes
gotcha
about.
journalist.
I really want to know how this comes about. That's okay. I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm just, it is mind blowing. It really is. But speaking of the demonologist and everything, like, have you ever watched The Secret Window? Or no, I'm sorry, not The Secret Window. Fudge. What was it? The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
That movie
I have it on
was
DVD.
so freaking good. And it's been a long time since I've seen it, but that was a really good movie from what I remember. I might have to do a rewatch of that. I haven't seen it in a while.
I saw it in the theater.
Holy shit. Such a good movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I like that movie.
it. But speaking of just to move on,
yes.
Speaking of movies, so we're going to talk about and definitely spoil. So if you guys have not watched this after it's been a week's time that it's been on Netflix, then you need to get a friend's account and watch it. And
Yes.
then come back to us. Or you could just listen and you're gonna know what's happening anyway. But we both watched Happy Gilmore too, and I have to say, you actually were the first to tell me that you watched it. I didn't watch it yet until like 2 days later.
And apparently I had a pretty hot take on it.
Okay, so what is your hot take on Happy Gilmore 2?
I liked it more than the original.
I mean, that is a hot take.
I liked it a lot more than the original.
What was it about this
like
one?
Magnitudes more than the original.
What was it about this one that made you like it more than the first one?
I don't know. I honestly liked his character more than in this one. I thought it was a little bit more developed than this one. I know a lot of people can talk crap and say it's not, but I thought it was a little bit more developed. I like how they touched on every single original cast. I like how they tied all jokes from the first movie into this one. I love the family aspect of it. I like the fact that he had his actual 2 daughters and his wife had an expanded role in this compared to like whenever she's into the other and into his other movies.
Which I have a thought on that.
I liked the writing.
Mm-hmm.
I liked everything about it, and I thought it was funnier.
Okay, so I wouldn't go as far as what you're saying by saying that it was funnier. I will say that it was a completely different movie from the first one that had the same amount of humor. I thought that the writing was good. I thought the acting, I did think the acting was better because during the first movie, it was just like, he was like fresh off of Billy Madison, and he still had those wacky, goofy characters and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, I think this one he definitely acted a little better in it. I had a few qualms with it. I had a few issues. Not a whole lot. But
what are they? Don't tell you why you're wrong.
Well, no. Because I'll start off by saying. That the movie has been getting a lot of hate for one of the reasons that there was too many callbacks to the original movie, which I didn't have a problem with that. There was a lot. I mean,
but that's why I liked it so much. I loved those callbacks. I loved those harken backs because it made you remember what was going on in the original movie. And they were good. They were funny the way they did it as well. It was just, I think people are just trying to nitpick it at that point.
Yeah.
I think people are just trying to say, oh, well, he did this and he should have done that. Well, first off, it's his movie.
Yeah.
It's his baby. Second off, they are 2 different movies.
Yeah.
But the first movie is such a classic. It's such a lot of people truly just love that movie. So it's such a classic. And if he would have just ignored and didn't harken back to the original movie, people would have poo-pooed that. People would have had to be like, oh, well, he should have done this and touched on from this original scene in the movie. And he did that, and like I said, if he wouldn't have done that, people would have bitched about him not doing it. Or if he did it too much, they're going to bitch about that. And it still had that silliness behind it.
Yeah.
Like when he became like the alcoholic, like that was just funny because he was drinking. He had like alcohol hidden in his remote control. He had alcohol hidden in a cucumber.
Which
I mean, like
so. set that scene up for everybody when if you're wondering why he becomes an alcoholic. So the first 2 minutes of the movie, spoiler warning, the first 2 minutes of the movie, he's at a golf tournament, however you want to say it. He hits a golf ball, the long ball, and his now wife, Virginia Bennett from the first movie, is standing on the other side of the court, and he hits her with a golf ball, and she dies. So now they also established at the beginning of the movie that they have 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl. The 1 girl is actually played by his daughter.
Yep, his real daughter.
Yes. And Sadie, I want to say it is. Sadie Sandler, I believe, is the...
I think that's...
I know there's Sadie and Sonny, but Sonny's also in it too.
And yeah, Sonny is the person in the...
Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever.
The AA classes. Or meetings.
So after the death of Virginia, Happy gives up golf, and then he becomes an alcoholic. And he
loses everything.
Moves into a new house. All his kids are taking care of him now. And yeah, he's just a mess. He's a broken man. So yeah, and the scenes with everything that was alcohol, whether it was the golf ball that he picks up and starts throwing shots out of, that cracked me up. That's a carryover gimmick from Hubie Halloween, because he plays a character in Hubie, obviously. He plays a character that is like, to me, he's like the love child of what Billy Madison and Bobby Boucher is. And
that's a good analogy.
He is just lovable in this movie. And he has this thermos that, it is like the Swiss Army knife of thermoses. Anytime he opens it up, if he needs a grappling hook, it's there. If he opens it up and he needs, I don't know, a tourniquet, it's there. And it's just, it turns into everything. And that's kind of like what this was, that everything just happened to be an alcoholic beverage. So he comes home one day, and he is seeing his daughter on the front porch taking dance lessons from his wife in real life. And she's the dance instructor, and she says, "Hey, your daughter has a shot at going to Paris at this real prestigious school." But it's
it was like the Harvard of ballet.
Yeah, and it's like $300,000. Actually, I think it was more than $300,000. And so the only way to do it, everyone convinced him, is just to get back into golf. So it was just like one thing after another. And at this point, too, you see that Shooter is in
insane asylum.
And there's a lot of callbacks. Like, oh, well, what would you do if you seen Happy Gilmore? Oh, I would just turn and walk the other way. Well, what if you saw him wearing a gold jacket? I would kick the shit out of him. It just, it was just a funny ass moment. But so yeah, he starts doing golfing again. And
he's absolutely atrocious at it.
And then he got sentenced to AA, which I can't remember why. Like, what was the moment that he got sentenced to AA? Was it the golf incident?
He was golfing with those three loser golfers.
Yeah,
and he was drunk, and he was on the golf cart, and he wrecked the golf cart into them. And like he messed them all up.
Right.
Like they gave him like neck issues and different things like that. So he got in front of the judge, and the judge got him for like drinking and driving and like all these different things like that. So he sentenced him to AA.
And the AA instructor was probably one of my favorite callbacks, I think, to the first movie.
Yeah, that was.
Because when he came out, it was Ben Stiller. And if you don't remember, Ben Stiller played the orderly in the nursing home for Grandma.
That was like real mean to Grandma.
Yeah. And he is just as sadistic in this one, making everybody wash his car, paint his house, like he's like Mr. Miyagi.
Right. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and then basically it turns out that as he's getting back into the whole golf thing, he becomes real good again. And then now it's turned out that there is a new golf league, which I think a lot of people seem to have a problem with that too. I heard. Like I've heard some people like, oh yeah, like they're gonna make a new golf. And like what? Like it's a movie. Chill out. So yeah,
So yeah, you have to have that like antagonist. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, you have to have like that reason why there's something, you know, bad is going to happen.
yes.
You know, you have to have that conflict.
And the God, I'm gonna have to actually pull up IMDb as we're talking about this too, because the guy who was the leader of or the founder of the fuck the golf league.
I forget. Yeah, I forget the name of the golf league. I can't remember.
Well, he was the he also directed Adam Sandler in the movie Uncut Gems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, he was the director of that movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so a little tidbit there. But so now it's basically old golf against new golf, and Adam Sandler forgets his caddy, like in the first movie, and he brings in performer Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny was hilarious. I thought he was so funny in that movie.
Yeah, but there again, you're talking about the cameos. This movie was chock full
Yeah, and
of cameos.
So, and that's the thing too, is everybody bitched, and I keep talking about what everybody's saying, but I just want y'all to know that like it wasn't as bad as what they did have a lot of cameos, but it was not as bad as what you may read. That's why I'm trying to, and I was wrong too. Sunny was Vienna. She played Adam Sandler's daughter. Sadie was Charlotte, the one in the.
Okay.
So just wanted to, get that out there.
Get the clarification going.
Clarification, yes. Yeah. So if you have not watched this, you need to go out and check it out. So the cameos. What were some of your favorite cameos in this?
Well, I mean, like Eminem's character I thought was fantastic. I thought he was hysterical. I actually, like, when I first saw him, like it took me a minute to recognize him. My wife was the one that pointed out. She's like, "That's Eminem," and I'm like, "What?" Like his character, I thought was hysterical. But there was what about you?
Okay, so a few of the cameos. I'd already said Ben Stiller was one of them. See, and
yeah.
I will say, with apologetic heart, that Eminem was actually my least favorite cameo in the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah, and listen, I do. I like Eminem. Like 8 Mile was good. You know, he can obviously act, but I think it was a little bit of an overacting on his part in this movie. And then he was playing the dad, or he was playing the son, the jackass guy, from the first movie. So that to me, it just, I don't know, it was the one that did not fit.
I thought he was funny. He looked like him. But what's his name? Travis Kelce was pretty funny.
Yeah, Travis. When Bad Bunny put the honey on him, like you're the bear's eating it again, isn't he? That was hilarious.
Travis. What's his name? Post Malone. Like I just thought his character was funny. Like I liked. I'll be honest with you. I liked all of them. I really thought they all suited their character pretty well.
And I love that, like, the IRS guy came back, and now he was the lawyer.
The fact that Haley Joel Osment was supposed to be like some amazing golfer too, which is hysterical.
And so I'm wondering, like, obviously this movie, like, I'm so sad of the outcome, what happened with Haley Joel Osment recently. Because if this movie had come out before that, he may not have been like on a bend. I
You
mean,
think?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I mean, we'll obviously never know, but yeah, I liked his character in it. Like he was just like that, like almost like the douchebag kind of
Hmm.
bunch. But I think one of my favorite cameos was the one that Adam Sandler actually had to fight for, and that was Rob Schneider. So if nobody knows anything about Rob Schneider recently, he has become very loud and boisterous about his political views,
Yeah, he has been.
and the producers, nobody wanted him to be in this movie, but Adam Sandler fought to have him in there. And here, of all the places to put him, was Happy's happy spot, happy place.
Yeah,
And he was now the little person riding on the tricycle. And you can do it. And I thought that
that
was
was
really good.
funny.
And I did like the Cameron Boyce nod when they're and he's walking up to the. A lot of people missed it unless you've seen it on like social media, the screen grab. But
Hmm.
the Cameron Boyce, who had sadly passed away, such a good actor, and he passed away unexpectedly, and they put him in the film as like a cameo where they're watching TV and you just see him on the TV, and it's from his TV show
Oh.
Jesse, and I thought that was like really cool. I love that.
Uh, Another one that I really liked too was John Daly. I thought that was hysterical having him on there because I'm not a golfer by
Mm-hmm.
any stretch of the imagination, but I like John Daly. I think he's hysterical. He's a professional golfer, but he's like this. He truly is Happy Gilmore in real life.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he dresses how he wants. He smokes on the course. He drinks on the course.
just not hand
He looks
sanitizer.
like Santa Claus. He gets hammered while golfing, but he still crushes it. And the fact that like they had him as a freeloader living with Happy Gilmore, and they're just like, don't forget to feed John Daly. Don't forget to walk John Daly. You know, like all these different things like that. That to me was just hysterical. I lost it on those. That was really funny.
And one of my favorite scenes, though. Well, yeah, one of my favorite scenes. So, Happy or Shooter McGavin gets out of the insane asylum, courtesy of the owner of the new golf league,
Right.
and he learns about Virginia's death, and now he is well. There's some hijinks to where Shooter learns about his plan to ruin golf, and basically it's almost like a cheating way that they by a torn ligament, which that was pretty
Right.
funny. Like, all I see, what about the shoe? How did the shoe up somebody's ass? It's like, we're not talking about the shoe. Um, but yeah, so that's the whole thing of why they're cheating, because they separate this ligament in their body to make them swing better. So here, Shooter leaves, runs away, and now he's at the cemetery and visiting Virginia. And Happy shows up, and they come face to face for the first time. Happy was not wearing the gold jacket, which I think they should have. I think that would have been kind of funny to set it up to
Yeah.
where he was wearing it by chance. And then they start fighting. And this was my favorite scene in the entire movie, because as they're fighting, they're getting knocked around, knocking over headstones and getting pushed into headstones. And every name on the headstone was somebody who had passed away
From the original movie.
Yes.
Yep.
John Flaherty, the Jackass guy, Bob Barker, Grandma. And the other one that cracked me up is when they were finally done, they made up, they were becoming friends again. Well, becoming friends. And they get up, they go to walk away, and then you just hear an echo going, Mista, Mista.
Yeah.
And they turn around and they see a picture on the tombstone with a Mista lady with an air
Yep.
conditioner laying on her.
That was
That
funny.
cracked me up. All in all, though, I thought the movie was really good. Um, the ending is what? Well, let me ask you. What was one of your favorite scenes?
You just talked about that was the fight scene between those two, but my favorite scene was the nod to the Joker.
The nod.
Most people didn't realize that when Shooter gets out of the insane asylum, he's walking. It's pouring down rain, and he's walking out of the insane asylum just like the Joker comes out of Arkham Asylum, where he's like dancing,
I did
coming down the
not
stairs.
catch that. I did not piece that together. Good call. Good call. No, I did not.
Yeah,
I did not even realize that.
yeah, I thought that was kind of cool because it was like it looked just like I was like that's him coming out. I was like that's the Joker coming out of Arkham, but the whole scene where he doing the whole like the foot up the ass scene I thought was hysterical.
Oh yeah.
Um, but my favorite scene is um, when they're all the gold jackets are having their dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're gonna go and kick their ass, And what's his name, Travis Kelce, like just knocks the one dude over, like throws him through a freaking table and everything like that. Cause it's just so mundane but so funny at the
Yeah.
same time.
Uh,
Because like Travis Kelce's like this, he's like the bull in a china shop there.
but yeah, it was such a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and I don't 100% don't believe it deserves any of the hate that it's getting at all. The ending was probably my biggest problem. It was fine. The ending was fine. It ended positively, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the ending that I wanted. When we were talking about this earlier, it's not what you want. You didn't write it. Blah blah blah. I 100% agree with that. But the ending that I think would have worked a little bit nicer. And so he gets out of the rolls because the battery's dead,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "I'm just gonna walk." And he grabs the golf clubs and starts walking down the road. Now, then it's over. Which a lot of people speculate, which I don't see it. Like if it was maybe like I don't know, but a lot of people speculate that that was a callback to Chris Farley, a nod to Chris Farley and Tommy Boy.
See,
After
I think it was.
yeah, when Tommy's dad passed and he's walking down the dirt road and stuff, and if they would have played the music, kinda, I guess you couldn't really play bagpipes and taps to kind of, but yeah, I really didn't pick up on that it was, but um, I can definitely understand why people think that. So I won't comment any further on it, but how I think it should have ended, I feel that like as he's walking down the road, another car pulls up and the window rolls down and he leans over before you see who the driver is. He leans over and says, "Hey, thanks for coming to get me. I really appreciate this." And then the camera cuts to the inside and it's his real life wife who was the dance instructor. Because when we see her teaching Vienna and Happy comes up, you can see that there's like a little bit of a chemistry between the two. And
Right, just like a spark there.
yeah, and you pointed it out too. Like they kind of given her like a would seem to be more of a pivotal role in this movie than what he's done in any of the other movies that she's been in.
I like that.
But and then she says no problem, you're welcome. And then he gets in, and then they drive off together as more of like a way of closure of saying that he's moved on. Because at this point, Virginia's been gone for 10 years.
Right.
So, yeah, that was my thought.
And he's sober now. He's back to playing golf.
Yeah.
And his family left because the whole family went to France too.
Yeah,
Remember
they did.
His 3 sons went and his daughter because they went to go and protect her.
Though the callbacks to the first movie with his sons, like, oh, I'm really having a real good time working at the construction plant, and you see his son with a traffic cone between his legs thrusting. And it's like, oh, I'm having a good time at the airport, and the kid's doing the same thing, and the plane knocks over the ladder. It's just like, all like that.
I love the fact that the youngest son also, he was from
Shameless.
Shameless.
Yes.
Yeah.
White boy Carl.
Yep. Such a good show.
That really is. That really is. But yeah, all in all, I honestly think Happy Gilmore 2 is a solid 8 out of 10.
Oh yeah, like is it going to be like an Academy Award nominated movie? No. Is it a good movie? Yes. Is it? It's a little bit above like a background music, like a background movie. And I truly enjoyed it. Like I think it's one of his better. His better. I think it's probably one of his better movies he's done in the last probably like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I tell you what, like, he's put out, like, I was doing some IMDbing before we did the show because I knew we were going to be talking about Happy Gilmore 2. And like, I tell you what, Adam Sandler has probably one of the most, what's the phrase or word I'm looking for? One of the most rewatchability. Well, no, I was going to say rewatchability factor on the majority of his filmography. Like,
I agree.
I like, of any other actor, like, I think Adam Sandler has the highest rewatchability factor on his films. And
I'm not going to say this to be mean, but they're not cerebral. They're not movies that you have to sit and think about. They're not movies that whenever you watch, you're like, you have to figure things out. They're just good, fun movies.
Exactly. What movies?
And they're movies that they're brain candy. They're movies that you can just sit and put on and listen to, like your favorite. It's like comfort food for the television. Like my wife's favorite movie in the world is Just Go With It, which is an Adam Sandler movie.
Listen, so that movie is definitely in my top 5 of Adam Sandler movies. I absolutely love that movie. There's just something about it that is just like so. It's like it's just such a sweet movie.
Yep, and like, in the summertime, we've probably seen that movie 150,000 times because she'll just put it on, like randomly, just put it on, and it's to the point now to where like I can be in one side of the house and I can hear something and I know exactly where that what part of the movie is playing.
Yeah,
you know. And a lot of his movies are like that. And that is not a bad thing, and that is not a knock by any means. I think it's a good thing because it's just something that you feel comfortable with it. You're like, okay, I can go with it.
Like, just go with it.
Yep.
Like, I just did a rewatch yesterday of The Longest Yard. And
good movie.
That's one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies is The Longest Yard, and I will watch that movie anytime it's on. But yeah, I was just going through a lot of his like, he has a lot of amazing movies. Like, and it's stuff that I haven't seen. I ain't gonna lie. It's not like, have I seen all of them? Like, I've never watched Reign Over Me, and I've never even heard of that one, to be honest with you. With him and Don Cheadle. I knew what it was. I just never watched it. Spanglish was another one. I think Spanglish was his first serious kind of role.
I think I've seen that one.
Glove. Punch Drunk Love was his first real serious role. But some of the other ones, like, what was some of your favorite Adam Sandler movies?
Well, now I'll just go with it. Isn't like we just talked about that. That's up there just because I've seen it so much and I actually like really enjoy it. I think I think it's funny. Happy Gilmore 2. Billy Madison is a great one. Um, I'm really generic when it comes to like a lot of the stuff. The ones those the two where him and his friends like go on vacation with each other. Grown ups.
See,
Grown Ups 1 and 2.
I liked
Was
Grown
it?
Ups, but I like Grown Ups 2 better than the first one.
I do too, but I like both of them.
I do like both of them. Yeah, and that was actually the movie that Cameron Boyce was in. It played his son,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was so good in that movie. That's My Boy was one of those movies too that I found hysterical. Like it was so dumb, but just made me laugh just all the way through. And it's also just a very quotable movie.
The one where he plays the devil's son was
Little
pretty
Nicky.
funny. I forget the name.
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, like there's a ton. There's like ones that like just like slip through the cracks. I forget the names of, but when I see them, I'm like, oh wait, okay, yeah, you know.
The one like clips of "I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry" has been popping up on TikTok and Reels a lot lately, and that was another really good one. Just kind of going through 50 First Dates
Like The Wedding Singer.
Yes, The Wedding Singer was like the epitome of. I think my least favorite though would be Anger Management. I don't know, like I didn't find that movie like that movie. I don't really rewatch or revisit very often. But like, his earlier stuff, though, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Airheads, even Waterboy, Big Daddy, like those are like his.
You know, Big Daddy was probably one of my top 5 favorite movies of his, and I haven't watched that movie in years because it's such a good movie. It's a very wholesome movie too. This is a very good movie.
Yeah,
I always forget about it.
So
I have to go back and like look at his IMDb now and just like go back and just like sift through some stuff to jog my memory.
Bedtime Stories from Disney was really good. Funny People.
Which one was that? Bedtime Stories.
That was the one where he was babysitting his niece and nephew. Richard Brand was in it. And
Remote Control. Remember that one? The one where he had like the remote control where he can like change his life. That was a good one too.
Click.
Because it was like, what was it called?
Click.
That's it. I couldn't remember the name of it, but like that was a good one because it was not just funny, but it was also like heartwarming. It had like a good storyline to it.
Yeah, and a message, message behind it too. The voice of Dracula in Hotel Transylvania, all of them like that.
Yeah,
phenomenal. If there were any, aside from we have Happy Gilmore 2. If they were to do any sequels to any other Adam Sandler movie, what would you want them to do?
You know what? Just go with it because I like to see where the family is now.
I like that. I like
this because I like to see where the family is now. And I do like the murder mystery movies that those two have done so far together. But I would love to see that. I think that would be kind of funny, because like where the son and the daughter are. Where is he still a plastic surgeon? Did he retire? Like, what's going on with them? And I think that would be a cool one to see an extension on.
Have you watched Hustle?
Sounds familiar.
That was the one where he was the basketball coach.
I don't think I've seen that one. If I did, I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
It was phenomenal. It was really, really good. It was Adam Sandler, Queen Latifah, Ben Foster. It was really good. Really good. If you get a chance, watch that movie.
I'll have to watch that.
If I were to make a sequel of any Adam Sandler. It would be a toss up of two. One of my other favorite movies is Bulletproof with him and Damon Wayans.
Oh, that was a good movie.
I love that movie, and I could see that movie being a franchise. Like, I would like to see them two come back to do a movie together. It would be like the Bad Boys of the next generation, and
that would be funny.
I would like to see that. But another one too is like, it's kind of newer, and I said this, that I love this movie, is Hubie Halloween. This movie would be such a good sequel if done as an animated film, and you could do it with like team ups with Scooby-Doo and the gang. It would be so funny. And I've always loved those whole like Scooby-Doo movies with the Harlem Globetrotters or Batman and Robin or Don Knotts. I would think that this would work well with Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, I agree with that. That would be kind of cool to see.
But all in all,
that would be cool to see.
I think this was a good episode talking about Adam Sandler, because he has been one of my favorite comedians. Like, I've always liked him on Saturday Night Live. You know, of course.
I remember him when he was on MTV's Remote Control.
Yeah, I do remember that. His comedy has just been so unique that
I love the fact that he has a lot of his friends are like always in his movies as well.
Yes,
you know, Colin Quinn, like we've talked about that before. Like he takes care of his buddies.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Well, even the whole thing with Rob Schneider with this with Happy Gilmore too. Like, you know, the fact that he fought to get him in this movie. You know, and that's I guess that's why there was issues too with not having him in Grown Ups too either. And I hope that they do make a Grown Ups 3. I ain't gonna lie. I hope one day they do make another Grown Ups movie, and I hope that they can bring him back.
That would be awesome. That would be cool. Like another Grown Ups.
Yeah, I think it was definitely one of those movies that is marketable, that you can do multiple sequels to.
Oh yeah,
it's
especially with his deal that he has now with Netflix. Yeah, he is pretty much almost carte blanche to do whatever the heck he wants.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, he's Adam Sandler.
He's Adam Sandler. He can do what he wants. And pretty much everything that he's going to do is gonna make money. It's going to have a lot of eyeballs are gonna be placed on it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, I know a bunch of people that literally got Netflix just so they could watch that movie.
Oh yeah, and you know, and I'm sure that Netflix appreciates that. And
sure.
Like you said, they will give him carte blanche and let him do whatever he wants. If he wants to make a Jack and Jill 2, I'm sure they would allow it.
I'm sure. Speaking of Netflix, like right now, the big thing that I am like loving on Netflix is I started going back. I started to redo the Sandman, and because they just dropped the new season of the Sandman, so I've been going back and rewatching from season 1, and good Lord, I forgot about how awesome that show is. If you don't watch the Sandman, watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I started watching Twisted Metal season 2 on Peacock,
okay,
and I love the first season with Anthony Mackie. It was really good, really fun. And this one here is pretty good so far too. The first 3 episodes are out, so I'm only on episode 1, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I honestly forgot exactly how much I love Sandman, and it's so good. You trust me, you would really like Sandman because it has that creep factor, it has the cool factor, it has the goth factor, it has the horror factor. It's just good, and the comic is fantastic. And this follows it pretty well. You know, definitely check it out.
I will have to do that.
You would definitely like it.
Well, I think that about wraps up episode 10, double digits. And
We made it.
We made it. Yay. We did it. We did it.
We did it.
I hope everybody enjoyed listening to this episode. Go out, watch Happy Gilmore on Netflix. Follow nomad_comics_collectibles on Instagram. And you can follow us at Lights Camera Pop, Lights Camera Pop Pod on the socials. And go over and follow The Horror of It All and for those episodes. And you can email us at lightscamerapoppod@outlook.com. I wanted to do like a little radio, like Lights Camera Pop Pod @outlook.com. I miss the radio days. Oh God, I feel like I'm getting a Charlie horse in my leg. Jesus.
That's because we're old.
Oh God, like the age thing sucks. Listen, big shout out to this gentleman Joe. That's all I know him as. Joe, super cool dude. He was cutting the neighbor's grass, and as he was cutting the grass, I went over. I was like, "Hey, buddy." I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with pop culture, but I was like, "Hey, buddy," I said, do you or know anybody who can take wood? Yeah, he's like, "What kind of wood?" And I was like, can you take wood from, it was like old landscaping lumber, and it just had some bugs in it, and we tore it up, and now it's just sitting back there, and we want it gone. He's like, "Yeah." He says, "Give me about a half hour." And he comes back, and he takes it. He's like, $20? Sure, okay. Then I was like, "Hey, we have all these shrubs and bushes, and they're on the side of the house. They are just monstrosities and eyesores, and eventually the roots are going to start pushing in on the foundation. Any chance you or know anybody who could tear these up?" He's like, "Oh, you're talking to the right guy." So, yeah, and then he was going to wait till October. And then he stopped by yesterday and was talking to my son and was like, "Hey, can I come do it tomorrow?" So,
hell.
Yeah, he came today and he tore it up, and it looks like a whole new side of the house. Because
Awesome.
It was an eyesore. Although now it's like going to have to paint the house or paint the gas meter, because it's not unsightly, but it's unsightly. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's ugly to the point to where there's holes or anything like that. But with those trees and stuff there that was so long, it had like green stains on the side of the house now. It was just fun.
Yeah.
But, so on that happy note, everybody, hope you had a good time. Stay tuned next week for another episode of Lights, Camera, Pop.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Can't wait to see you next week.
Have a good one. Take care.